expected of you, you understand what's expected of yourselves, and then you understand what is expected of AFC. So once again, I say welcome to everybody here. Quickly, I will just us through the agenda, after which we will proceed, so that we all can align. We're beginning with the welcome and opening remarks, and then the AFC overview. Some of us know, I mean, we've been here for a while in the AFC community, but I'm very sure you still do not understand what we are about and why we do what we do. So we'll take you through the overview of AFC, the overview of the ambassador program, the essence of the ambassador program, and the different categories. And then we'll introduce our ambassadors to everybody. Then we have what we call the ambassador activity tracker. We don't just want to have ambassadors and we're unable to track their activities, their progress. So we'll have that walkthrough on a portal walkthrough of the activity for ambassadors, so you know how to navigate. And then you would also get to know the support system AFC has for the ambassadors. And then you have your questions and answers. And then you have next steps and immediate task. And then we'll have a group photograph and we close. So once again, I say welcome to everyone that has agreed to take this journey with us. Before I go on, I will begin with my own introduction. And I would love to have, since we are not that many on the call, it's not like our first Thursday meetings and others where we have over 100 persons. It would be good to meet everybody that's currently on the call. So I will lead the introduction. You see the way I introduce myself, I will let every other person on the call to introduce themselves. So my name is Ebere Oko, Membership Coordinator, African Food Changemakers. And from time to time, I have actually interacted with some of you, if not all of you, on the community. And I'm looking forward to working with everybody here. So now that I've introduced yourself, I would like everyone to go ahead to introduce themselves one after the other. Let me see if I can beckon on people to do that introduction. Okay, Aladaki, can you introduce yourself and tell us your location?
All right. Okay. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
All right. Okay. I would like to start by thanking EFC team for actually nominating me to be an ambassador. I have been following AFC since the times of Nourishing Africa. I'm very happy and excited to be on this journey with you all. I am Alice Madaki, founder, CEO of Vital Sports, and we are located in Kaduna State of Nigeria. We're into food processing. We promote health and wellness. We process whole lemon into powder, and we also do stone wash and package folio, commonly called acha, which is in the same category as the most expensive grain in Europe.
Okay, thank you very much, Alice. Let's try and keep the introduction brief as much as possible so that we can move on with today's. We have a lot to do today. Thank you so much. Let's hear from Aubrey Matukane. Aubrey Matukane, can you unmute and introduce yourself briefly, please?
Good afternoon, everyone. Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Okay, yes. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Aubrey Matukane from South Africa, the founder and director of the Matukane Agri Group. We do multiple farming activities, including rabbit farming, and also we are on vegetables. Yes.
Okay, thank you very
I'll keep
much.
it at
Thank
that.
you very much. Thank you very much for that introduction. So we have someone from Nigeria, one from South Africa. Let's go to Central Africa. Dorothy Ngati, can you please introduce yourself?
Okay, hi everyone. I'm very happy to be with you. I am Vondonganti Dorote from Cameroon. I am a co-founder and COO of AgrixTech. Nice to meet everyone. Thank you.
Thank you for that very, very, very precise introduction. Okay, so let's move on. I'm sorry we can't go round because of time, but the rest of us should please put on the chat box your name, your location, and your business. I mean, you can connect from here. Remember, you are all ambassadors and leaders, so it's very important for each and every one of you to know yourselves and connect, for future initiatives that you may decide to run together. Having said that, we'll quickly move to the next on the agenda, which is overview of the African food change makers. The overview of the African food change makers. I mean, if for you to actually be effective and efficient, for you to be productive in this role that you've taken up, it's important for you to understand what African Food Changemakers is about, why we are set up, and where we are coming from, where we are headed. Yeah, so African Food Changemakers is a non-profit organization committed to changing global narratives about Africa. So the non-profit there means that everything we are doing is not because we are looking for money, but we are seeking to make impact in the African agri-food ecosystem. We want to make a mark. We want to make a sound. We want our voices to be heard. And because we cannot do it ourselves, we reach out to agripreneurs like yourselves who are change makers. So we refer to you as change makers. So whatever mission we are trying to lead, whatever vision we are trying to achieve, we know we can't do it ourselves. We work with change makers who will cascade this mission and all of our initiatives to ensure that our impact, will spread throughout the continent. So we are committed to changing global narratives about Africa. And what is that global narratives about Africa? Our founder is Ndidi Wuneli, just so that you know. Our founder is Ndidi Wuneli. And she shared her story, one of the things that drove her into, fueled her passion for supporting or influencing positively the African agri-food ecosystem. That when she traveled out, when she left the shores of Africa, and whenever anyone is speaking about Africa or there's a documentary about Africa, it is what you see are pictures of hungry children, poor people, poor parents, poor women, poor men, poor children crying on the streets, hungry. And knowing that where she's coming from, that's really not the case. Africa is blessed with lush resources, lush landed resources. We have land, we have food, and we have human resources. That is people, you and I, who are able to take advantage of these food resources, these crops, and everything that we have, process them and make them consumables that we are eating. So our problem is not that bad, right? And so she's thought of the need to change this narrative. We need to have agripreneurs in Africa come together and show the world what we are able to do, so that when they are speaking about Africa, they are speaking about those businesses that are producing wines in Africa. They are speaking about those businesses that are producing coffee in Africa. They are speaking about those businesses that are producing chocolates in Africa. I mean, the raw materials, that are required to, that these, other countries, Western countries, developed countries, you use to process or produce these other products. They get them from Africa. They come to Africa to get our cocoa. They come to Africa to get other food items. But there are people in here that are doing more. So that is the narrative we're trying to change. We want to put our food out there. We want to put our people out there, just so the world will see what Africa is doing about agri-food systems. Our vision is to have 1 million successful and sustainable African agribusinesses that are transforming the food ecosystem and are recognized and respected across the globe. So this just describes what I've been talking about all along. Our mission is to enable African entrepreneurs scale resilient and sustainable agribusinesses that can feed Africa and the world. And we do this by providing access to funding, training, trade linkage, exposure, and fostering a vibrant community of change makers. So you see what is written below there. These are our pillars: a vibrant community, which you all belong to, because you know that we cannot continue to work in silos. It's time for every one of us to belong to a community and work together and transform the Africa agri-food systems. Opportunities. So as some of you would know, and I'm hoping that everyone after this, onboarding would know, we always post opportunities on our hub. We always post opportunities on our hub every day. So there are opportunities for funding, there are opportunities for capacity building, there are opportunities for networking and the likes. And we put all of this information out there so that our community members can go there and take advantage of them and scale their businesses. Market access. You all know that we have a marketplace. The marketplace is for you to showcase your products to anybody who visits the AFC website. We also participate in international exhibitions now and then, and we invite you to bring your products and we exhibit on your behalf. And of course, capacity building. You know that majority of everything that we do here in AFC is capacity building, knowledge sharing. This is our impact. You know, we have the BRACE, building resilience against climate and environmental shocks. That is our climate training program, usually done 6 weeks. And we're onboarding a new batch tomorrow, actually. I don't know how many people on this call have participated in our BRACE program. I know Ruby has participated in our BRACE program. And so far, we've trained 2,200 agripreneurs. And out of this number, 824 of them have already started adopting climate smart practices. And the impact is they've been able to create 1,100 jobs. We have the leading African Women in Food Fellowship. I know that we have LAF Fellow here, Adane is one of us. So you see, at the leading African Women in Food Fellowship, we try to amplify the voices of our women that are doing great things in the agri-food ecosystem. We have the Scaling Export program, as the name implies, to help you develop skills around export operations, everything you need to know, the knowledge, the tools, the connection, everything you need to know and have. We do that under the Scaling Export program, and then our vibrant community. Now that you are ambassadors, these are the pillars that you would drive. So whenever we have BRACE program coming up, whenever we have a LAF program coming up, whenever we have an SCP program coming up, you attend or you participate, or if you are unable to participate, or if you are already a beneficiary of these programs, you recommend people, you tell people in your communities, tell people in your network to participate, because we really need to scale together. We really need to transform Africa's agri-food system together. Now let's talk about, okay, I've spoken about our AFC hub, our community. We have a growing community of over 7,000 agripreneurs from across 49 countries in Africa. So I know we are doing well. Please give us a round of applause. Clap for us. We have over 7,000 agripreneurs from 49 countries in Africa, and this is what we do in our community. Like I said earlier on, our market access, our community training and learning, business growth opportunities. We give you access to opportunities and resources for your business growth, such as funding, training, networking events, and exhibitions. There will be time for question and answer, so I will go through all of the slides. If there's something that you need a bit more explanation, you can call our attention to it. This is our country spread. So we've told you that we are across 49 countries in Africa. 69.1% of the 7,000 members I told you about are from the Western Africa. The Western African region. 20.52% are from the Eastern African region, 6.81% from the Southern African region, 2.72% Central region, and 0.59%, approximately 1%, from the Northern region. That is why we need ambassadors like you. We need to spread. We need to make impact. We need these numbers, this percentage, these rates to balance, right? So you can see the spread and know where you fall in. Are you Eastern? Are you Southern? Are you Northern? Are you Central? Begin to think how you can change these numbers. Begin to see how you can mobilize people to, in these regions, right, to drive our initiatives. These are our partners, just a few of our partners. We have more of them. So as ambassadors, you need to know who we work with. You need to know our partners. You need to know our collaborators as much as possible. Through our newsletters, we'll share updates about new partners that we have gained so that you know the people you are working with. It's important you have this information because in fact, you are leaders. You are the AFC itself, so you need to know who our partners are. And when you begin to engage with people out there, they may ask you, who are your partners? So it's good that you have one or two information about them. So we have the funding partners, that's the School and the Seagull and MEDA, AfroExim, and NEPC have funded our programs one time or the other. So we have SMIDAN. SMIDAN is our growth partner. So we have growth partners, people who refer agripreneurs to join us as an organization. They're not giving us money, but they tell people that they work with, they tell the agripreneurs they work with, and get them to join the AFC. So we call them growth partners. We also have knowledge partners or implementing partners, people who we partner with to deliver our knowledge programs, our capacity building programs, because we can't do it alone. We engage with subject matter experts, to engage with institutions to deliver majority of our trainings. Having said all of this, I will invite the operations manager. This ambassador program is her baby, she's passionate about this. And it would be lovely to hear from her about the overview, the essence of the ambassador program. So I'll make welcome Ruth Egbe, the operations manager of African Food Changemakers, to give us the overview of the ambassador program, the categories, and before we unveil our new ambassadors. Over to you, Ruth.
Thank you very much, Ebere, for that amazing overview of AFC, and thank you for joining. Thank you to all our ambassadors for joining. I was just looking through the participant list because I know I expected to see over 56 people in the room. However, we have 44. That means some ambassadors are not in the room yet, but we're hoping that they will be here, and we're hoping that they will get this overview. So I just want to first of all say thank you to every ambassador that volunteered to join this program and also accepted, even after seeing the responsibilities shared with you, you accepted to join this program. And Ebere has given us the overview of AFC. However, we want to drill a bit down to give you an overview of this program. That's the project of telling you why it was necessary for us to start this program, at least consciously and intentionally, to be able to identify people within our community to do this. So before I talk about what the Ambassador program is and all that, we understand that African Food Changemakers is a non-profit digital hub, like Ebere has shared. And our goal is to attract 1 million dynamic, innovative young entrepreneurs like you. And whenever I join anything, I don't think about today, I think about tomorrow. And today we are over 7,000 members in our community, active members, whether active or inactive members. We are up to 7,000. But based on our vision, tomorrow we are looking forward to seeing 1 million dynamic and innovative young entrepreneurs. And we want this, and that goal or that mission or that vision is some people hear it, it's ambitious. But we know that it is possible and it is doable. However, embedded in that vision is the need for us to grow so wide that we reach every corner of Africa. At the same time, we are big enough to reach every corner of Africa, but small enough to ensure that everyone is engaged. And in a nutshell, that's the reason for this ambassador program, because the bigger we grow, the tendency it is for people to be lost in the crowd. Currently, we already have a lot of people who are not as engaged as some are. But we are hoping that we'll be able to create the structure that will ensure that everyone within the community is engaged in order to benefit from the community. We've talked about all the benefits, everything this community is about, and building that strong and inclusive ambassador program will help us to amplify our impact in Africa. It will help us accelerate growth. It will help us create a thriving ecosystem, and it will help us empower agriculture and food entrepreneurs to succeed in Africa. So whatever vision or mission we have, we can't accomplish it without you, in a nutshell, because we need the ambassadors to drive the growth, to drive it to your own corner of the field. If I will use that example, your own space, your own corner, your own sub-community, your own value chain, your own region, and your own space in entirety. So we need you. We onboarded you because without you as ambassadors, we will not be able to achieve this vision. We might grow into 1 million, but would we have every single person engaged? That's where the question is. So as AFC ambassadors, you play a pivotal role in advancing this mission. Whatever it is that we have been given, whatever portfolio has been given to you, means that portfolio you're supposed to extend to that portfolio, and you're supposed to extend not just in quantity, but in quality. So you are a representative of AFC. You are working to connect agribusinesses, stakeholders, and partners in the community and to the community. So you are supposed to be connecting people within the community, but also connecting people from outside into the community. And that is why we started this ambassador program, because we believe that through the ambassador program, we can grow as big enough to reach every corner of Africa, but small enough to ensure that no one is lost in the crowd. Can you move the slides, or should I just keep talking with my own slides? Okay, so I want to just quickly give an overview because you might be a regional person, you might be a person, and you might not understand the differences. I want to give us some sort of understanding of what exactly your role is, and maybe to understand the scope of your leadership. Like Ebere said, you are leaders. We've identified you as leaders within the community, leaders who are able to rally people around the community, leaders who are able to rally people outside the community, share the vision so much clarity. And that is why it's important for you to understand the vision. So as an ambassador, you are not just a usual member. Your own engagement has to be 150%. So that you are able to understand the vision and you're able to also channel or cascade that vision to the rest of the community and by extension to the outside world or the external world. So I'll start with the regional ambassadors because the idea for regional ambassadors is to represent us in your region, provide local support, guidance, and connections. What is this about? We want to be able to identify our community members physically in regions. Even though we're a virtual hub, we also believe that we need to have that hybrid factored into our engagement. So you are connecting virtually and you're also we're able to connect physically. So people who do not have regional boundaries separating them, it's important that if you're part of this community, we want you regional ambassadors to be able to rally them. So if you are in a region, the idea is that everyone in that region would have a point of contact where they can be rallied physically if need be, but even rallied virtually. But the idea is that you're focused on that region. So you are there. If somebody needs guidance, we will tell you, we will point that person to you. If the person needs guidance on how to navigate the community resources on the hub, you are the person that we're going to point that person to. We'll say, okay, we have a regional person, assist this person. You would also be, one of the roles we prepare you to do also is to identify people on ground in your region, in your countries, and recruit new entrepreneurs for the community. Work with a lot of partners. And so we're hoping also that because you have your eyes on the ground, you'll be able to identify reputable stakeholders in your region that we can partner with as an organization, because the more the more you recognize, the more partners we have, the more resources we can share, the more we can do. So if we have a partner somewhere in your region and we want to meet the partner and the regional are unable to, you that is in the region or in the country, you can stand in as a representative to represent us in those meetings. Then if there's a need to coordinate any meetup, need to bring people together and to coordinate engagement and networking, you'll be the point person as the regional ambassador. And then you also speak to other people to know what are they doing. One of the key things we expect from our regional ambassadors is to be able to recruit or identify country ambassadors, because as a regional ambassador, you'll be covering many countries. And just as we as a big AFC body, we're breaking down into regions, we expect that you also will break down into the countries within your region. So part of what you do is, as you carry out your activities, as you engage the community, you should also have your eyes open to identify key people, countries that you can also recruit as country representatives. And these people can now rally that country. And even within countries, we can continue breaking down until every territory in Africa has somebody representing. Who are active, who are leveraging the resources, and they are doing more. So let's move on to the next category of ambassadors, which is the value chain ambassadors. We don't just have regional ambassadors. We also know that as a community, we are covering the whole agri-food, which is really wide, from farm to table. So we are covering people who are producing, we're covering people who are processing, all the way down to the people who even cook, the chefs. And because it's the whole agri-food space, there's a lot. There's the value chains within that space are a lot. And then there are lots of segments. There are lots of categories and segments within our community. And if we don't identify segments to be able to rally people who have some sort of similarity around some segments, we'll not be doing ourselves a great service, because some of the subjects some of the experience that you have in your value chain, a lot of people need it. And before they can cut through the clutter of, trying to identify someone who is particularly focused or experienced in that value chain, it will take time. So what we want to do is we want to be able to identify value chains and set up some form of leadership around those categories so that people can easily gravitate to where they desire some experience or the other. And in that way, we are further cutting through the clutter, because what we are doing as Africa Food Changemakers is giving you a one-stop shop or one-stop hub for all agri-food entrepreneurs. So when you need opportunities and everything specific to agri-food, you find it here. But we also want to break it down further to say, if you need opportunities and resources specific to a value chain, we break it down further. Hello, apologies. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, thank you very much. So going further down, I don't know where I stopped being heard, but I was talking about the value chain ambassadors. So further down, we're cutting down to whatever you need, best practices in the value chain, discussions, resources, and even the agripreneurs who are in the value chain who are not yet part of our community. That is what we expect that the value chain ambassadors should be able to also do. So overall, as an ambassador, the main things, not forgetting, but if we want to summarize your whole role as an ambassador, is basically to support the growth and engagement of our community, the growth and engagement in quantity and in quality. So we grow in size, we also grow in resources, in knowledge, in know-how, to be able to scale our businesses. So the idea is, whether you're focused on the value chain or you're focused on the region, the idea is that your role, in summary or in a nutshell, is to support the growth and support the engagement of our community to ensure that we are growing and then no one is left behind. So also we encourage you to collaborate with other value chain ambassadors, share initiatives and best practice, and then identify and engage reputable stakeholders for partnership, for funding, for implementing. You can attend meetings as well on our behalf as Africa Food Changemakers, because we believe that as you are there, the leadership you give over your enterprise, you can also extend it to bring that leadership skill into the community, because there's value there. Finally, last but not the least, are the narrative changers. The narrative changers, yours is to laud the community to a wider audience. So you share community news, events, updates on your social media platforms. We have a lot of you who have a large audience already, people who are already following you, and we want to be able to take the news of African food changemakers all around the world. So we are bringing you on board to help us to cascade our stories, our content, and everything that showcases our values and goals. Also participating in discussions, making AFC visible, as you make your enterprise visible, you also make your community, which is AFC, visible. Then collaborate with other ambassadors to amplify our messages and our initiatives. I believe that all the details of all your roles are in the documents that have been sent to you, but I just wanted to give voice to this. And I'm so excited to be, at this point where we have gone through the identification process, the recruitment process, and we're here today to announce our ambassadors, all 56 of you, regional ambassadors, value chain ambassadors, as well as our narrative changers who are advocates and ambassadors as well in your own right. So at this point, we will be moving to reveal. Each of us know we are ambassadors, yes, and some of us have seen ourselves on the list of participants, and we know, okay, this person is an ambassador, but we want to unveil properly and introduce to you our 2025 set of ambassadors, regional value chain and narrative changers and ambassadors. So we're going to start with are we starting with value chain ambassadors, or we're just going to, are we calling them? I don't know if we have time to call you one by one because you're all 56. If we have to call everybody, we have to name everything about you. But we have 10 regional ambassadors, 4 from the West, 2 from the South, 2 from the East, 1 from the Northern region, and 1 from the Central region. Please let us put our hands together for our regional ambassadors: Tenemba, Felipe, Ngozi, Drisa, Hillary, Chris, Hadija, Bahati, Karim, and Dorothy. Let's put our hands together. If you're in the house, please put a virtual hand clap for our regional ambassadors. We want to just say thank you for accepting this responsibility, because we know it's a huge responsibility, but thank you for trusting AFC enough to accept this responsibility to extend AFC to your region. God bless you all. We will now move on to our value chain ambassadors. There are 36 altogether. Samira, Amaju, Ikechukwu, I'm going to use your first name, Ikechukwu, Idorenyi, Amarachi, Samaila, Patrick, Al-Mustafa, Prince, Libodu, Michelle, Adane, and Aubrey. The next set, Amaka, Ruby, Ross, Chinyere, Mary Jane, Kabiru, Dr. Ibechole Julius, Victoria, Ishola, Nuradine, Adekombi, Juliet, and Alice. And then we have a last set of 12. Can we have them? Lebogang, Linda, Emmanuel, Jacqueline, Caleb, Adugna, Charles, Innocent, John, C.D. Hart, Thierry, and Breton. Let's put our hands together for our value chain ambassadors, all 36.
Okay, sorry about that. Okay, Ruth, you're back. All right. I was going to take over, but you can continue. You're muted, Ruth. You're muted, Ruth.
Oh, sorry. The last set of our narrative changers. Let's put our hands together for Ifoma, Hadiza, Sobechuku, Raphael, Tobena, Kojo, Shakrin, Begashaw, Udokama, and Frida. Frida, thank you all for accepting this responsibility. We believe in every one of you, and we know that this is just the beginning of greater times. This is just the beginning of exponential growth, because as 36 of you have joined, we believe that our growth will be multiplied more than 36. And we believe that in your regions and in your value chain and among your audience, you will continue to push the mission and the vision and the objectives of Africa Food Changemakers. We believe in you, and we want to say cheers to a wonderful time as an ambassador, and we wish you all the productivity, all the effectiveness that you require to push the agenda and shine as leaders in your own space. God bless all of you, and thank you very much on behalf of the founder, because I know she'll be excited that a lot of you are pitching in to carry this mission further. On behalf of our founder and the management team of Africa Food Changemakers, we want to welcome you on board the African Food Changemakers team as ambassadors, and we are rooting for you, like we usually say, and we expect that before long we'll begin to hear of your great feats wherever you are covering. Thank you very much, and I'll at this point hand back over to our membership coordinator, able membership coordinator, Veroko. Thank you to the structures and the support systems we put in place, because you're not alone. There are lots of things we've also structured into this project to ensure that you have all the resources you need to carry out your tasks. So she would take you through that. So I hand over to you, Ebere. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ruth. That was very, 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 very intense. Like very, very, very intense. Thank you so much for being very clear about the essence of this ambassador program. And congratulations to everybody. I thought the comment section would be, roaring. I thought it would be noisy, everybody connecting. Drop your link. So this is in-house. Okay, this is like a leadership, if you like. So everybody here knows us. So drop into your LinkedIn, drop links to your social media so that you all can connect. You need to know yourselves. When you go out to one conference, you see Sobechuku, you say, oh, my fellow AFC ambassador, you connect. So make sure you are connected. Make sure you're dropping links, your Instagram links, or whatever you're active on. That each need to as a team. So once again, congratulations. I'm excited, and I am counting on all of you. This move to change global narratives has now become in your hands. So it's not just AFC in Abuja now, but every member of this forum. Now, I would call on Nusa to take us through the portal walkthrough. I call it the Ambassador Activity Tracker. First of all, for you an ambassador, for the very fact that you are here with us, it means you are a member of the AFC community. That means that you have access to the membership dashboard. So I don't know how many of us have actually been visiting our membership portal, but this is what we'll know, how we'll know whether we've actually been doing that. So just physically, in your regions, you're also going to engage members in the hub. So that means you need to be active on the hub. You need to be active on the portal. You need to know how to access the membership portal. If you have forgotten your the email address you used to register, After this session, you can reach out to us. We can guide you through on how to recover your account back. If you have forgotten your password, reach out to us after the session. We'll guide you through how you can recover your account back. But now that you're an ambassador, it is a must do to access your portal, your membership dashboard as often as possible. So I leave the floor now to Nusa, who will take us through a virtual walkthrough of our portal, especially the Ambassador Activity Tracker, just to be sure that everything that we have said you should do, you are actually doing it. Over to you, Nusa.
Thank you so much, Ebere. Everyone has said a big congratulations to all our ambassadors, both new and current ambassadors, because I believe there are some of our ambassadors on the group that have been with us for a year plus now, and that has been a very wonderful news for us because as much as we want to have new ambassadors, we also want to work with other ambassadors that have been with us from the onset. And it's a big congratulations to everyone. But before I start, I would like to do a quick poll. Let's see those that have been using the dashboard, the membership dashboard. So I would like to see on the chat box our responses. If you're an active user of the membership dashboard already, kindly indicates yes, I'm active in the chat box. While if you have no clue or no access to your dashboard, let me also see in the chat box that you haven't started using your chat box or your dashboard rather. Okay, thank you, Bills. Thank you, Michelle. Yes, I can see some active members already. I'm active ambassadors. Okay, Iyanoluwa said often. A lot of yes is on the chat box, so it's a good thing for us because it's just to refresh ourselves on how you can utilize your membership dashboard. And the good thing now is for those that have been actively using their dashboard, you will notice that there's a slight difference to your dashboard modification now because you're already an ambassador. So an ambassador activity tracker is on your membership dashboard where you can see or track what activities you have been doing via your dashboard or in terms of our recruitment, in terms of your engagement in the dashboard. And for many of us or for those of us that don't use our dashboard, the membership dashboard is designed in a way that we the team member it's the agri-food Facebook. So it's more of a way where you can post activities, you can like, you can share, you can also engage other entrepreneurs by chatting up with them and viewing their profiles. So for me to start the walkthrough, I would like to share my screen. Please confirm that you can see my screen. Once you can confirm that, then it's good to go for me. Um, can I? So please confirm that I can see my screen.
I can see it.
Okay, great. So for majority of us on the call, we are very familiar with this page. This we refer to as the AFC Hub, the main AFC page where outsiders, members can visit to know what updates we have at our community. And we will encourage our ambassadors to share shots of them with their products so we can have your pictures being displayed in place of all these members you are seeing. But for the purpose of this call, the first thing you have to do as an ambassador is to log into your membership dashboard. And you can do that by navigating to the top right corner of your laptop or your phone, depending on whichever you're using. Then we can see both login and join the community. Join the community for potential or new members, while login is for already existing members, or in your own case, ambassadors. So we click on the login and always remember that you have to log in with the email you created while signing up to be a member and the password you also created. For those of us that might have forgotten our password, we can use the forget password option, and we can follow the instructions that follows after the forget password to create a new password. But for us that already have our password and we know it, what you have to do is just to click on login. So once that has opened, what you see first is your portfolio feeds. And like I said earlier, the AFC membership dashboard is simply like your Facebook where you can share posts, share activities, view other people's feeds as well, and comment or like. So on my what is showing on my dashboard are feeds of our members. This you can see is from Priscilla. This is from Chika, so on. This is from Gloria. So if you want people to know about your activities, if you know you say you're attending an event and you want to spotlight yourself or show people your new products, you can do all that on your membership dashboard simply by clicking to create a post or a feed. Once you've done that, you click on submit. Then, for those of us that are not yet on the AFC WhatsApp group or the social media platform as well, you can get all those links on your dashboard. Please confirm that you can see the arrow that shows the Facebook icon, LinkedIn icon, WhatsApp icon, and the Telegram icon. So these are all the links to our membership social media platform where you can join directly. Alternatively, we also include all these links in our newsletters where we share with our community members. Then, and like I said, for an average member of our community, this section that shows the ambassador activities will not reflect on their end. But because you all are ambassadors of the community, you have the privilege of having an ambassador badge. So you have this feature appearing in your dashboard. And for the purpose of this call again, we are coming to the activities part of the ambassadors dashboard. And the first thing that we look out for is the referral counts. For some of our existing ambassadors who have been with us over the years, you might have numbers to your account already, while for the new ambassadors, your account might be zero. So what this simply means is that the new members or potential agripreneurs that you refer or you have their email, it counts on this field. So what we request is maybe the email. The most important for us is the email. Their name and the company name might be optional because we engage with them through emails most times. But I know some ambassadors might raise concern that when they reach out to people, they might not be able to get the email firsthand. So most time, alternative option for that is to reach out to the membership team and share those contacts with the membership team. But we advise that you also utilize the email platform where all you have to do is just to put in the person's email. That means the potential agripreneur's email. For example, let's use a dummy email for this example. So what this happens is, so you just click on submit and it automatically counts. So you've referred this entrepreneur and the entrepreneur automatically gets an email that tells them about the AFC community and informing them that the person was referred by you. So it automatically counts your dashboard. And now from our own hand, we can see that this person has referred a new or potential member. Mind you, this does not mean that the person you referred has successfully signed up to be part of our community. What it means, they are just telling the person that, okay, there's a platform that it supports agripreneurs and I've referred you to join this community. Kindly sign up. And you can see from here that you can show those that you've referred. So these are the people that this particular account has referred as an ambassador. And like I said, this does not guarantee that the person that you referred has signed up. To know those that you referred, you go to the batches. So at AFC, we have what we call referral batches that each members has. So I don't know, for most of us on the call, I don't know if you're familiar with To Go. To Go was an olden day platform where people progress as they refer people or as they progress in getting people to join the community of to-goes. So here you can see that I have 0 referral batch, meaning that for me to move to a connector batch, I have to successfully register 10 entrepreneurs. Once I've done that, I will unlock the Changemakers batch, unlock the referral post batch for 50. But as it stands now, this referred is tallying with the number of people I've referred. So it's telling me that I've referred 5 entrepreneurs, but only one has successfully signed up. So we should understand that referring someone does not mean the person sign ups. Person becomes a verified member because your referral just means that the person should apply to be a member of the community. Once we review and we vet that this person is a verified member, then it reflects on your profile that you've successfully signed up this new person. Going back to the activity tracker, next is partnership count. This partnership count is just a way of documenting organizations or institutions that you reached out to in respect to AFC's initiative or potential partnership drive. Similar to the referral part, all you need to do is to provide the organization's name, maybe the contact person, contact email, contact mobile, the country, the website, if possible. So this just helps us to, apologies, this just helps us to be able to follow up with those organizations that have been referred or shortlisted by ambassadors. So for example, this is also a test for the purpose of this call to test if the feature is working. And you can also see those institutions that you or partners that you refer for AFC. So we encourage our ambassadors to share institutions, contacts, or partners that we feel can benefit from our collaborations or partnership to implement or promote our initiative as an organization. So you provide the email, the name, the contact person. The website is optional, the phone number is optional, but we follow up as an organization, and you can always prompt the membership team to know that you've referred a partner. In addition to the activity, we also have the knowledge sharing count. This is in relation to our experience sharing and our first Thursdays or event that we do at AFC. But in particular, this refers to the experience sharing count that we do at the AFC or some subject matter when it comes to discussion topics for our entrepreneurs or engagement campaigns for our community. So in this field, you just to type the name of the or the title of the discussion or the event that you attended and the dates. For example, if I attended the last experience sharing in topic on our WhatsApp group, I can just in, impute membership experience sharing USS for May, then include the dates of where that event or activity happened. Usually bi-weekly, so it was on the 14th. You click on submit. So, and you can always add more. You can add more fields, you can add more to impute more activities that you've done. Then our virtual event, that is the Braze, First Thursdays, our programs, it follows similar activities. You include the title of the event, the date of the event. And mind you, please note that you also have attendance for our events. So this ensure that whatever you input is an accurate information, so we don't find false information from our members as well. For example, if we imputed that you attended our first Thursday and the date, please be sure that you attended the first Thursday event as well. For our social media account, this refers to the posts that you put on your membership dashboard. Like I said, the first time is the fields. So for each field that you upload, this particular session, for each one that you upload, it reflects in your ambassador tracker as a social media engagement. This part. So the more you engage, the more you like, the more you post, the more your account reflects on this ambassador tracker, and the more people see your activities, and you can also engage more people to, or more members to be active with the dashboard, because the purpose of our membership dashboard is to create traffic and to allow people become familiar with the dashboard so that we can limit the number of emails we send and they can get first-hand information from the dashboard. Then portal engagement count refers to how many likes you've had on your post, or how many likes you've had on people's posts as well. So it just relates to the engagement rate of your post and of other people's posts. So far for this account, we have 24. And the marketplace activities refers to the number of products you have on the marketplace. As ambassadors, it is very important that your product are on our AFC marketplace, because this helps to also create more awareness for the marketplace and to also encourage more people to use the marketplace. For these activities, all you have to do is to go to your marketplace and upload the products. We can test this out. For example, this shows that we have marketplace count. So let's upload the marketplace product and see if the count will increase. So add products. Let's see. The sales chili. And depending on where your country is, or if you are using the dollar rate, these are currencies of all African countries. So let's assume I'm using, I don't want to use Nigeria. Let's assume I'm using a Rwanda currency. I've kept the currency there and the figure or the value, maybe 5,000. Then the company automatically appeared because it's captured your data and information. Your product category, this is spice. Tag simply means what accompanies the product. Is it hot? Is it maybe let's use hot, then chili, or whatever tags you want to use to accompany your product. Then the product link is a website to where they can get this product or where they can reach you. Because the marketplace is built in such a way that it creates visibility for our members. So we don't track what is happening. We only create that visibility for our community members. So we encourage our members or ambassadors to put their link to the social media or their WhatsApp link where potential clients or potential customers can easily reach out to them. So, for example, let me assume that the AFC Hub is my link where entrepreneurs can come and meet me. I'll just type it there, www.afchub.org. For some of us, it can be our Instagram handle. So, for some of us, it can be our TikTok handle, depending on where potential person can easily reach out to you. Then for the status, you click on publish. Then the product description is like few words about your product. If it is locally sourced, if it is from Nigeria, if it's from your country, if it's just the description about your product. For this sake, I'll just type anything. Then lastly is to choose a image for your product. So let me see if I have an image to. So let me assume this is the image of my product. I'll upload it. Then click on submit. So we can see that you can add more products. So this is the first product I've added to my marketplace. We can go back to our ambassador tracker to see if it is reflecting. So we can see that our marketplace activity has increased to 1. So the more products you add, the more marketplace activities count you get. And it also give way to more people seeing your product on the marketplace. These are just a few of the activities that we have for our ambassadors. And before I also go, we are encouraging our ambassadors to utilize other aspects of the marketplace and of the dashboard respectively. For example, we have the business showcase where you can also reach out to the communications team to know if you want to be showcased. Then you just simply to apply. You can create a post, you can apply to be showcased as well as a community member or an ambassador. Then before I go, the last thing I wanted to talk about is our profile settings. So As a member of the community, you can update your profile, you can change your information, and we encourage our members to maybe once in 6 months or once in 3 months to try and update your profile to the most relevant information or accurate information about your company or about your business, so that when we extract this information and we engage with potential members or potential partners rather, we can share the right opportunities with you as an ambassador and with you as our members. So the good thing about this is that it can tell you your progress of your profile, the personal. So the settings is divided into 5 categories. Your user profile, that's your personal information, your company information, privacy and security, the verification stage, and your feedback, the feedback survey. So for a personal information, when you click on anyone, if you click on anyone, it takes you to the user profile. So this is how your user profile looks like. You can update whatever information you want to update. If you've changed your, if you've added a new degree, maybe from doctorate, you've gotten a master's, you can include it. Your region, if you've moved or if you're not speaking French instead of English, you can also include French to your language and update it. If your email has changed, you can include or update it to your new email. So once you've done that, it will reflect automatically. For now, we can see that this personal details is showing 100% because all my information are accurate. If, for example, let's assume I don't put a phone number or I don't put an email. Okay, the email is automatic because of that what you used to register. So let's assume I don't put a phone number and I click on updates. It automatically drops back to 90 something percent. You can see. So we advise that you update your profile to the most accurate information and complete all your updates. For the sake of this, same thing with your company details. You can add companies, you can edit the companies that you already have. For example, this particular company, I can edit it to the most accurate information about my company. So let's assume in the next 6 months, you have added new employees to your organization. You can include it in your number of staffs, or number of employees. If, for example, you move from being a growth company to a venture capital or a more larger company, you can include it. If you've increased your value chain as the value chain in aspect, you can also include it. If your position in the company has changed, maybe you're formerly a CEO, now you're the founder, you're the owner, you can also include it. If your website have changed, you can include it. So this is just ways of how you can update your profile as a member, as an ambassador. And before I will leave, I would like to encourage everyone on the call to please update their profile to the most accurate information that they have, and also utilize the ambassador activity tracker as well. And at this point, I would like to pause or hand over to Iberi and for feedback or questions. Thank you. Please.
Thank you so much, Nosa. That was quite long. So for everyone on this call, I know that may have sounded like too much information for you. It's just like using your phone. When you start making use of the portal, you become very, very accustomed to it. Now, moving on to the next thing on our agenda quickly, just so that we don't spend so much time. We'll talk about support for our AFC ambassadors. But we sent the ambassador playbook to everyone. I don't know how many people that have opened it, but it is very, very, very important you go through your playbook. It serves as a reference point for you. So if you need to do anything, you need a particular information, you need guidance, you open the playbook. It's when you check your playbook and you don't find anything or answer to your question, you read to us. will help. And in that playbook, you will see that we have outlined benefits for you to become, benefits for you as an ambassador. So what this ambassador brings to you, how does it affect you as a person, your business? Some of you will be saying, all these things, I'm supposed to do this, do that. How is it helping my business? I'm very sure we'll speak more on that later, but you know that when you begin to interact with people more, you can imagine how that will impact in your business directly. People begin to see you, it boosts your visibility. And when you present yourself, of course, at the end, after this session, in the following days, we'll share with you your own unique you can post on social media as an ambassador of the AFC. And then you see, on your LinkedIn profile and all of that. And then when you interact with stakeholders on our behalf, that is giving you access. So if you are in a particular country and would say, okay, we can't come here at this point, please attend these meetings on our behalf. That is already an access for you, even for your business. So I would enjoin you to go through your playbook and read page by page to see how this whole ambassador program can be of benefit to you as a person, an individual, and your business. It's very important. So moving on, this is more details about what you need to know. Please go and look at that playbook again. Maybe we may go a step further to share that playbook on the WhatsApp group so that you don't have to go to your email to start searching for it. Then we have the quarterly ambassador meetings. Every quarter we'll meet again and access our work within that quarter. We'll have newsletters. These newsletters will give you updates on what we are doing as AFC and how we can connect with you and all of that. So the newsletters is just to give you updates about what's going on. Then templates, really. You need to send letters, you need to send proposals. We are here for you. We don't expect that you go and stress yourself to start writing proposals, writing letters for AFC. You can come to us and tell us that you need to see somebody or you need to go to visit this organization, and you give us the details. We'll even develop the letter for you. We'll develop the proposal for you. We'll give you everything you need for that meeting, and you can carry them along. Brand assets, if you need to make posts on social media, we have a lot of brand assets that we can share with you that you can post on your platform. And that reminds me, especially for the narrative changers, this is very important for the narrative changers. We want to help boost your own visibility on social media, and our comms department is willing to hold your hand. So if this is very important for you and for your business to boost your visibility on social media, then let's work together. We are going to share what's it called now, some social media plans with you and how we want you to come in. Now and then, maybe Mondays we have the Monday motivation. You do a very short video. We'll give you a content, what you would say and everything. Do a short video, share it to us, we post it. It's about you. We have, maybe we want to spotlight some of our members or products or something, we'll reach out to you. We want to have live sessions, live interactive sessions on any of these social media. We can coordinate that together. So these are the ways that our narrative changers can actually, boost their own visibility as well as AFC's visibility. You have a dedicated WhatsApp group. Everybody is currently on that WhatsApp group, I'm very sure. And then there'll be regular check-ins and guidance from the AFC team. So the people that you'll be working with are the people you are seeing here. You're seeing me, I'm Ebere. I'm on that WhatsApp group. You can reach out to me. You can reach out to Ruth. You can reach out to Nosa. Every admin on that WhatsApp group is an AFC team member. You can reach out to any of us for guidance, questions, and on our own part too, we'll be checking in on you to know how you're doing, how business is going, and how we can support. And even as AFC, we would plan to have a leadership training for our ambassadors, that will help, boost their work as well and performance. Now that we have talked and talked and talked, it is time for you to talk. If you have any questions, I know we've taken a lot of your time, but if you have any question to ask, if you don't understand one or two things we have said, feel free to ask your question here. We are here and we would answer you. The entire AFC team here are ready to answer your questions. So if you have any questions, please just indicate. Put your hand up so that I can call you to ask your question. And if you don't want to speak out, please feel free to drop your question or comment in the chat box, and I'll find it and bring it out. So, question time, please. Okay, Kabiru, you have the floor, please. Kabiru, you have the floor, please.
Okay, thank you so much for the presentation.
Yes.
I understand that this ambassador timeline is 1 year, and after 1 year, perform very well, you are subject to renew, and if you know perform well, you will be terminated. So please, my question here is that, is there a target for the ambassador, for the numbers of people he's supposed to engage in the community board? That is number one. And number two, in case if the ambassador wants to he wants to plan an event, a physical event, maybe he wants to engage some stakeholders. Is there any support from AFC, maybe in terms of maybe where is this, the venue or the refreshment for the event? That's my question. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Kabiru. Those are very, very, very. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, so you will need to mute so that we can hear ourselves. Yes. Okay, so thank you very much for those questions. First of all, yes, this ambassador program is tenured. So after 1 year, it's renewable after 1 year. Yes, there are expectations. And after this question and answer section, I will take us through the different targets for every ambassador. Really, there are actually expectations. There are rewards at the end of the year to recognize high-performing ambassadors. There are certificates, there are awards, and public recognition for great performance. So yes, there are targets, and they'll be shared immediately after this question and answer section. And then speaking about planning events. So we expect that if you have an event as a regional ambassador, if you have an event as a regional ambassador, you come up with a plan. And the plan is two ways. You come up with a plan, what you want to do, and how you intend to achieve it. Okay, that's what is expected. Now, if funding or if finance is involved in that plan, you should have a plan on how to raise that finance and then share with the office, and then we can collaborate. Now, because AFC is a non-profit, it's not like we have cash stocked up somewhere, right? It's not like we have cash stocked up somewhere. But when we have meet and greet like that, for instance, and because you are coordinating members who are in that region, and you say, oh, there is this opportunity. Everybody in, let me use Nigeria for instance, where our members in Kano, let us meet, let us talk about an opportunity that we can take advantage of here in Kano. Okay, who has a facility we can use? Who has an office that we can gather and meet? That's a venue. Okay, who has even if it's a land, maybe farm, for instance, farmhouses and all of that, who can provide somewhere that we can quickly sit down and have our meeting? That is venue. And then one person can provide that without even spending money. And another person could come up and say, okay, I will handle the snacks. I'll handle snacks and maybe soft drinks for us so that we can wet our mouths while we are sitting down and connecting or discussing, right? So if we have that mindset, then there will be no limitation for us. Okay. Now it's only if it is a huge event, if it's a huge initiative, and the money required is, high. When I put my hand up like this, you know what I'm talking about. Then we can now begin to talk about co-creation. Co-creation meaning that we can now collaborate with AFC to reach out to organizations that can fund that initiative. I don't know if you understand what I'm talking about. So if you have a plan or you have this bright initiative, the problem is money. So we can sit down and say, okay, let us list out organizations we can meet or write, that can give us something to make this work. And when we are able to do that together and raise that fund, that's, that is attributed to you at the end of the day. Oh, the regional, coordinator of this particular region managed this initiative and effectively delivered this initiative. So AFC may not, AFC may not, I said may because it's not completely null. So AFC may not be able to withdraw money from the purse to give you every time you need to organize an event. But when you let us know that something is coming up, you have this plan, we can think through it and advise on the best way to do it with very, very, very minimal fund. And if we cannot do it with minimal fund, then we can now sit down and discuss and agree on organizations we can reach out to, who can give us funds, who we can work together, give us funds to undertake those projects. So I hope I've been able to answer your question. Thank you, Kabiru. Joe?
Thank you.
I would also like to just say a little bit before Joel comes in. I just wanted to add a little to Kabiru's comment. Sometimes, as somebody in a region, sometimes we have, I don't know if you can all hear me, but sometimes we have people that maybe partners within your region who are willing to do some things or provide some resources in some certain capacity, but we don't have people on ground. So usually,
Hello, Ruth, are you still with us?
sorry, okay, my network glitched a little bit, but I don't know what you heard last, but what I was saying is that sometimes we have connections with some partners in certain regions or under certain value chains but we don't have people on ground. So it's very important that if you have any ideas, you share with us, and then we can also support with maybe like organizing or mobilizing the resources that can help. So let's not be limited to just financial resources sitting in a purse, like Ebere said. There are many resources in different ways, and when we get those ideas, we're able to connect some of our ideas with some of the potential opportunities we've identified, either in your region or in your value chain. So it's important to get those ideas across to us. We discuss it, and then we also incorporate the resource mobilization structure within those ideas. And most importantly, let the ideas align to our mutual growth as a community and as enterprises, because we want you to grow. We don't just want our community to grow without you growing. Your growth is our growth as a community. Your growth is everybody's growth. So it's important that it must actually connect to ensuring that you're growing your enterprise, you're growing as an entrepreneur in your SME, and you're scaling properly, and then the community is growing as a result. I just wanted to pitch that in. We have 3 people raising up their hands, so I think we would have to take questions from those who haven't asked. Kabiru, you're raising your hand again. Maybe you should drop your comment while others are given opportunity to ask questions. Thank you.
Thank you, Ruth. Can we hear from Joel? After Joel, Aubrey, and then Alice, then we'll go to the comment section. Thank you. Joel, over to you.
So quickly, let me thank the AFC team, Iberi, Nosar, even Ruth, for all of the innovations that you guys have brought to the team. Over the last 1 year, we've seen lots of contribution, lots of changes that is impacting the whole continent. So I just want to say a big thank you. My question is regarding something I taught last year that would have been good for the ambassadors, something like a diplomatic pass. That name might be a bit big, but something like an ID card that could also help us in the course of our work. Some of us, our activities cut across rural areas. Sometimes we come across authorities, and when you're introducing yourself, you ask for validation and stuff like that. I was at a function at Ministry of Agriculture, and I was one of the key speakers for that conference. And I introduced AFC, I introduced myself, and at the end of the meeting, there were, validations were required. So more like a pass or
Hello,
like
Joel. It seems like your network is
or something.
Hello. Hi, Joel.
If we
Okay, so Joel, please, can you hear me? Looks like your network has broken off. Can you please drop your other comments in the comment section
also,
because
especially
we've
to the
lost
ambassadors, when we're on the road going to the.
Thank you very much, Joel. I like the idea of an ID card. Maybe we'll think through having a virtual card for every ambassador so that it's easy for you to relate with other persons and they regard you as credible. So I agree with you. Look into that. Thank you so much. Aubrey, please, you have the floor.
Okay, good evening again. My question is actually it's a follow-up question on the issue of the events. This is based on the event that is happening in Cape Town by the AFC. I just wanted to find out the one that is happening on June. I think the event, the main date is on the 13th, but then on the invitation, it starts actually on the 10th up to the 13th of June. So I wanted to find out, um, are we going to be needed to be there, like as the ambassadors? That's the question number one. Question number two is there any support that we will get from the AFC for us to be able to attend the event? Since the event, just like for me, is 1,500 kilometers away from where I am and so on. Yes, that will be my question. Thank you.
Oh, thank you so much, Aubrey. I sent you an email actually, just like I sent some of our South African ambassadors. So it's not public knowledge yet, you know. We were actually planning to take advantage of the African Food Show holding in Cape Town. Okay, we had planned to have a meet and greet in South Africa, actually. There's a planned study visit for the BRACE program in South Africa, and we intend to have the meet and greet, event together with this study visits, okay? And when we saw that there is an Africa Food Show with an opportunity for exhibition, we thought we could take advantage of it such that we could get a stand, an exhibition stand, and reach out to members who are in South Africa but would be unable to attend the Africa Food Show, and get them to send their products to us, and we exhibit on their behalf at that event. Then we'll come back to Johannesburg for the meet and greets, after the study visit. So that was actually the plan for the whole South African outing. Okay, the exhibition stand, has a very, very interesting cost. It's over $5,000, and we are maybe checking if we could find an organization or two who can sponsor AFC to get a stand so that we can exhibit on behalf of you, because we know that a lot of us may not be able to afford one stand. So if we have, some of our members in South Africa send their products to us, and then we exhibit their products on that stand. You give us your flyer, and anybody that comes to our stand, we tell them about your product and give them your flyer or your card, and then they reach out to you, and we maybe sell on your behalf and give you all your money. That was actually the plan, but we are still exploring, we are still searching and hoping that we would find one or two sponsors. So that was the essence of the email I sent to you and some other South African ambassadors to help us identify organizations we can write to, and tell them what we intend to do for South African agripreneurs. For the meet and greets, it's a networking event. So you just come and connect with every other person. So the people you have been interacting with online, you get to meet them face to face and collaborate directly. So you see this person and say, oh, this is you, this is what you do. Oh, let's talk about it. And because you are in the same country, it's very, very lovely. It's a lovely thing to have. So we usually have meet and greets now and then, and hopefully we'll end up handing over this whole meet and greet to you eventually when we see that all our regional managers are doing very fine. So no, for the meet and greet, we won't give transport money. You come for the meet and greet, you just come and relax. The meet and greet is supposed to be in Johannesburg. And even if we're able to get, or when we're able to get sponsorship for that exhibition in Cape Town, what we'll be doing for you would ask you to send your products to us and we'll exhibit on your behalf. We won't be giving. I mean, we are doing a lot already now. AFC is doing a lot for you people already, and we are not charging you. We don't charge you. We hold exhibitions. We exhibit your products on your behalf. We don't collect anything from you. We don't do commissions. A lot of, especially those in Nigeria, can attest to that. We go for exhibitions. We don't say, "Oh, pay this amount." We don't do that. So when we say that we have these events, you still want us to give you something again, Havana. We're even hoping that someday our members will say, "Oh, AFC has really given a lot. Let me also give out, and support." We're not even saying that you give us money. No. Maybe your own little investment to do something for the greater good, and we see it and we celebrate you. So, Aubrey, I hope I've answered your question. If you have any other comments, you put it on the chat box. I will pick it immediately. Alice, after Alice's question, I'll go to the chat room. Alice, you have the floor. Alice, you have the floor. We can't hear you if you're speaking.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Okay, now we can.
The network is still breaking. Can you hear me?
I can hear you now. I can hear you now.
All right, okay. Madam Ebere, Organosa, thank you very much for this wonderful session. My question is, does AFC has any program for the youth that are not yet entrepreneurs? For example, Catch Them Young program for campuses, for SSS, even JSS, to kind of start preparing the younger ones into agro entrepreneurship. Do people have such a program, or can ambassadors initiate such programs? Thank you.
Thank you, Alice, for going straight to the point. Currently, we do that. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Thank you.
Okay. I think I've been speaking for too long, so I'll be calling my colleagues one by one, to answer some of our questions. But yes, currently we do such a thing under the Sahel Scholars program. It's like a community service of our organization. So joint organization, Sahel Consulting, AFC, and Sahel Capital. So we do that on that hand. But it would be lovely to have it driven by an AFC ambassador. So why not? It's a very, very welcome initiative. Yes. Ruth, would you like to ask?
Programs that we are identifying. As an organization, our mission is to empower entrepreneurs to scale. However, we also know that part of scaling involves having a plan to sustain your business, and by extension, it involves, identifying or training talent that will take over in the future. So we are identifying that as one key area of concern, where entrepreneurs need to also identify talent, train talents for the sustainability of their businesses, so that these people in school can come out of school and then be already trained and already motivated to come into the space. So it's an important aspect that we have seen a connection to our mission, and we are developing programs, projects in that regard. We're in discussion with partners. So if you have any ideas for that, initiating that, and you want to bring up the ideas, we can do it in collaboration, because I believe that's the best way to do it. So we collaborate. As an ambassador, we can come together, form a coalition to like implement some of the initiatives that will help mutually benefit all the organizations. So as an organization, it ties to our mission. And so we believe that we need to implement projects like that and also get entrepreneurs to buy into it. There are different ideas we have. So we welcome your ideas. If you want to initiate independent of AFC, fine and good. We'll support you in the best way we can. But if you also have an idea that you want to join a coalition and really do it in some level of scale, then we'll also welcome you to share your ideas and then we can work it together. So depending on where you are, if you have a full concept developed and you have it all planned and you're ready to deploy, we'll support however we can. However, if you're still on the idea stage and you're looking for collaborations to scale it to a certain level, then we are welcome to have those discussions. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ruth. Well, it's already almost 15 minutes. We have about 16 minutes more to be here, so I have to rush this. Now, from the comment section, so there's a question, does AFC partner with state and government authorities? Oh, yes, absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, we can't make any impact without involving government organizations. And I don't know what country you are from. Okay, I think you are Nigerian. So yes, we have one of our partners is Smedan. We've done something with NEPC as well. State governments, we've really not, as AFC, we've not done anything particularly with the state government, but we would love to. Okay, we would love to. So if you have access to your state government and you are able to get our leg, into the room, we would be happy to have that conversation. So yes, state government collaborations are very, very much welcome. The next one is, can AFC create an enabling environment for seminars, for promotion of our products or solutions? Okay, so yeah, we're trying our best, the much we can. For now, most of our seminars are online. Most of our gatherings, seminars, events are virtual, and as much as we can at every virtual event, we encourage everybody to promote their products and solutions at that event. Another way that you can, as an ambassador especially, to promote your products, your solutions, is to reach out to us to say you would like to facilitate one of the first Thursday meetings, and then at that first Thursday, you talk about what you do. You talk about a topic that is very, very relevant to your own the value chain you operate in. Okay. And while you are speaking about that, you are now talking about your own solutions, your own products. That is a way to promote you as well. So please, for now, if whenever it comes to you to say, oh, okay, you would like to facilitate one of our events, please feel free to reach out to us. We'll get you on board. You give us a topic, you get you on board, and you feel free to speak about your product and promote your products at those events. You know that our events, we usually don't get less than 200 on a bad day, participants attending. So it's an opportunity to help you promote your business as well. Thank you very much, Ruby, for commending our dynamic team. The next question, okay, Bertin is saying, for French speaker, can you send all? Oh my goodness. Oh, so sorry, Bertin. This was an oversight. We should have had interpretation on. I'm so sorry. Yes, we have. AFC now has interpreters, French interpreters for all our events. We missed that out for this. We're very sorry. We apologize for this missing out on this. We would try as much as possible to correct this at our next meeting. Yeah, so any information that you need, we'll translate them into French and put them on WhatsApp for now. But going forward, you would enjoy 100% French interactions on all our meetings. So once again, I apologize for that. And Aubrey, my last question is on branding for meetings and other events. Is there t-shirts or any kind of branding that we can use? AFC has t-shirts for their staff, right? But maybe in-house. Or Ruth, can you help me answer this question? Because this is a high level question.
Okay.
So Ruth, please save me from this for this question.
We have branding assets, and our branding assets can be made available to our ambassadors as well. You have the right to own them and possess them, but most of all we produce is subject to our budget and all that. But we definitely we're going to budget in the ambassadors as an extension of our team. And so when we're budgeting for some of these assets that are exclusive to team members, we'll definitely include you, because the more we are able to push out those assets all around, the more visibility we have. So sure, we're going to get those, make those as available as possible as our budget permits us. All right.
Thank you very much, Ruth. Thank you. That's from my boss, you see. So we are actually going to look into that as long as our budget permits. One more question before we take okay, I think that's all from here. Okay, so that's all from the chat box for now. Then we'll take another 2 questions. Okay, 3 questions, and then we'll proceed with today's call. Please, if I don't call you, please don't be angry. We need to go. Reach out to us via WhatsApp and we'll communicate. Thierry, you have the floor. Okay, Thierry, we can't hear you. I don't know. We can't hear you. Uh-oh. Looks like we can't hear you. Maybe if you disconnect the earpiece, maybe it will be better. I don't know.
No.
Okay, hello, Theory.
Yes, hello.
Yes, yes. Okay, so you can ask your question now.
Okay, thank you. Apologize for my delay. I'm from the Central African Republic. I'm CEO of Ottawa company. So I have 3 questions. The first one is about branding. Can we add AFC logo on our branding so that it can promote our product everywhere we go or we reach? This is the first question. The second question is about visibility. One of my peers already asked about if we can have an ID card and then T-shirt. So for me, I can ask, because visibility right now is really important. If we can have the size and then the colors so that we can print it by ourselves, waiting for yours, and then we can use it when there are some events, and like a free shot, and then talk with others so that I can increase them. My last question is about having a training. I like to know if AFC plans something in their schedule to train the ambassadors, that we can know how to use use the onboarding platform, so that we can show to others how to use it, and then they can it can facilitate everything. So those are my questions. Thank you too much.
Thank you so much, Thierry, for your questions. I think the first one has to do with including AFC on your brand. Okay, so we may not be able to allow you outrightly put AFC on your brand, okay? But as long as you associate with AFC, okay? Are you active on social media? You are active on social media, right? Good. So on your social media platforms, where you include your profile, where you write your bio, brief bio about you, about what you do. You include, oh, you're an ambassador of the African Food Changemakers as well. And anybody that sees that can easily connect you with us, or know that you do that. And maybe as time goes on, it's one of the things that we'll think in-house to see how we can have maybe a tagline that our members can use to say proudly supported, or no, not supported really, but proudly endorsed by AFC, something like that. Maybe that could help. Again, on our social media platform, we spotlight our members' products a lot. So that's what Nosa said during the walkthrough. If you want your products to be spotlighted, we will advertise it on your behalf, so to speak. So on our own page, we promote your product and say this product is the best, compared to something inferior, something like that. We try to hype your product. We try to showcase your products in the positive light. So if you go to our Instagram, if you go to our LinkedIn, you'll see that we do that a lot with people's products. In fact, today we spotlighted one of our members' products that produces wine. She's all over our social media today. Have the pictures, the links, and everything. So these are the ways we support your business. We help you promote your product. So when somebody say, "Oh, who does this?" and then they can connect with you directly. So if you need that kind of support, you can reach out to us and your product, and definitely we will be happy to help. Thank you very much. And yes, training, like I said earlier on, we are going to plan a series of training for our ambassadors, from the use of the portal to leadership, interacting with stakeholders, community engagement, and the like. So we'll do that. Now, once that unfolds, we'll share that information with you. Thank you very much. Can we quickly have, oh my God, we have just 5 minutes. Okay, I'll hear from Patrick. Patrick, please, can we make it very, very, very brief? One line, just one line, please, please. Patrick.
Yes. Thank you very much. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Yes. I just want to add on what Ali said earlier regarding the implementation of projects. I just had a few months ago, I organized a program which I named Catch Them When They Are Young, because for us in Sierra Leone, we realize that most of the graduates, they leave universities, they don't have job, and they look forward to having one. So I realized that one of the reasons was that they don't know the importance of agriculture. So I organized a symposium wherein I met with up to 15 schools in one of the provinces. But it was very difficult for me. It was very difficult for me to engage stakeholders. So what I'm saying,
okay.
By then I was not a change maker. I was not an ambassador. So I think it will help us a lot if the AFC can partner with us, engaging these stakeholders for us, so that it will make the work so easier for us.
Yes, so that's actually what we've been saying. Now you are there, okay? We are here in Nigeria. You are there, and you know who the stakeholders are. All you need to do is to tell us these organizations. Let's write to them, and you will share with you. You proceed with that communication. But let us continue this conversation off this call, okay? Reach out to me and let us talk more. Thank you.
Okay.
Ngozi.
Thank you so much.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much, AFC. Yes. So I wanted to ask, Some of us belong to multiple organizations, and we also play a major role there. So what I wanted to ask is, if we see potentials that can benefit AFC, can we reach out to partnership? I think I sent a letter in yesterday concerning a possible partnership for an event coming up in June. I want to know how possible that can actually work out.
Who is in charge of the bush?
Dr. Julius, can you please mute so that we are hearing you? Okay, Ngozi, yes. So partnerships recommendations are welcome. Like I said at the beginning, that's another reason why, because we know all of you were carefully selected. We know that you all engage with people on different levels. And so you'll be able to bring these kind of opportunities to our doorstep. So yes, please, if there are partnership opportunities that we need to know about on jump on, please reach out to us, and I'm very sure we'll take it up from there. Hilary, after you, then we proceed.
All right, thank you so much. Can you hear me?
Yes, yes.
Okay, I just wanted to confirm if there are existing branding guidelines that we can use for in-country IEC material. For example, we are facilitating say a meet and greet in our region and would want to have banners and things like that. Is there a way, or are there existing guidelines that we can refer to when we are creating such material, be it t-shirts, if we want to make our t-shirts locally with the AFC branding on them? Is there guidelines to be provided which we can then follow through?
Okay, thank you so much. So for uniformity, let us do the designs. Okay, so if you need to print banners, for instance, you let us know. We will design the banners for you. Okay, t-shirts will do the designs. We'll do everything and send to you, so that all you need to do is to produce. But we will not be able to give you the specific breakdown of our brand guidelines. They are internal documents. Okay, so but for flyers, for instance, that you need to share, we will design them. Okay, we'll design everything that you would need to use, so that all you need to do when you get there, when you get on your own end, will be to print. Really, yes. So that's I hope that answers your question. Thank you very much, everyone, for your active participation. And it's 5 o'clock already, so I will just run through the following slides. And if you have any questions, please reach out to us, anybody on the admin. Just send us a WhatsApp message. We would answer you at any time of the day. Don't worry, we'll answer you 24 hours. We are working for you. So ask us anything. Next steps, please. First of all, I want to say I'm very sorry. Okay, we made a very, very grievous mistake, but we have corrected that in the recent documents sent to you. So please, when once you receive those the corrected offer letters, kindly send and sign and share, send back to us as soon as you can, please. So complete all necessary documentations, just to be sure that what we are doing is valid. We have what we call the profile updates campaign that has been going on. A survey has been shared via our emails and even WhatsApp platforms everywhere. I'm sure you've been seeing it. Your voice, your growth. Please, if you have not filled, please go ahead and fill. And if you know anybody within your community, within your value chain, within your region, tell them to fill. Engage with members on the WhatsApp platform and tell them to fill. Every day we'll be dropping reminders, but whenever we drop reminders, we want you to amplify our voice and encourage every other person to fill. If you have not filled, please, we need you to fill. One of us talked about targets, so here are our targets. Membership growth targets. Every quarter, at least one person, one ambassador should be able to bring 15 new members to the platform every quarter. At least that's the, and I'm very sure that we can do way more than that. Our targets for this year, by the end of 2025, is to have 12,000 members on our community, and right now we are 7,000, so you can imagine where we are headed. So we need every one of you to give us 15 new persons every quarter, and every time we come for our quarterly meetings, we would speak about this on progress and all of that. Then we need 5 new partners from you, each of you. 5 new partners. These partners can be growth partners. When I say growth partners, you may have access to maybe a farmers association and all of that, where you know that there are many agripreneurs in that association. You connect us with them, they become our growth partners, so that anybody that is their member becomes our member automatically and all of that. So that's for the growth partner. And then funding partners, if you have anybody, if you have an initiative, first of all, and you say we need to get people who will fund this project, let us work together. Suggest this funding partner to reach out to them together. Knowledge partners, when we have training, seminars, we need knowledge experts. We should be able to use them, get them to speak at our events. Government, very important. If you have access to any government organization, any regulatory body, please reach out to us. Let us work with them so that they can support our community members. For example, in Nigeria, NAFDAC, it would be lovely to have NAFDAC as one of our partners. We've actually been on that matter for a long time. So if you know anybody that can facilitate that for us, please reach out to us. And in other parts of the country, any regulatory body, for that licenses food products and all of that, tell us. Let us see how we can reach out to them to support our members. And then one strategic proposal for a new initiative. We've had Alice talk about an initiative for the youth. We would love to see that proposal. We would like to have that initiative from everybody here so that we in-house can take a look at all of them and see how we can, throw them into life, make them come to life. And then finally, a strategic plan for at least 1 meet and greet per region in this tenure. So remember that your tenure is 1 year. So we say that within this 1 year, let us have at least 1 meet and greet, 1 meet and greet event from your region, at least one from your region. So for the regional ambassadors, your coverage, you see in your letter, or your offer letter, your countries of coverage have been specified. So please, let's see how we can come up with that plan and share with us, and we'll work together to see how we can make that work. Remember, you are not alone. So don't say these people are giving us work and abandon us. If you have a plan, reach out to us. We'll work on it together and see how we can make it work. Thank you once again for your time. Thank you for your active. Yes, Ruth.
Please, before you conclude, we are currently going through a survey, very, very important survey for the community. And it's important that you all are involved in helping us drive the responses of the survey. So please, Ebere, if you can also make a comment on that. We have shared links with the whole community, and we are hoping that everyone, because we have opportunities, but we need more data to link people to opportunities. So it's important that your growth, if you've seen that flyer, your voice, your growth, please help us push that campaign to ensure that the whole community feels that the survey, because it's important for our growth as a community, your business as a community.
Thank you.
So please,
thank you so much, Ruth. I have actually said something about that. You probably missed that. I've actually spoken. Yes, I have. I spoke about your voice, your growth, and have told them, not just them alone, but to engage everybody on the platform to
help us.
Fill the survey. So yes, we've done that. Please, before we go, I know we're in a hurry, but before we go, can everyone turn on their cameras? Let our team members take a group picture, and even on your own end, you can take that snapshot and we can post on our different social media platforms. So team members, please, our cameras are up. Take that snapshot.
Stop sharing.
Thank you. Team members, please take us a picture. Don't. Uh-uh. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you. Please, we will continue communicating on our WhatsApp platform. Check your emails, please, very, very importantly, for updates as much as possible. So once again, thank you very much for joining us today and looking forward to our next engagement. Have a lovely evening, everyone. Bye.
Bye. Thank you so much.